A couple came into my clinic about 8 months ago with a 4-year-old golden retriever who had been dealing with recurring ear infections, chronic skin irritation around the muzzle, and a persistent low-grade digestive upset that kept coming and going for almost a year. They had done everything right. Regular vet visits, a quality diet, flea prevention, the works. We had treated the ear infections twice already, and they kept coming back. On their third visit, I asked them something I probably should have asked much earlier. What kind of water bowl are you using, and how often are you cleaning it? The wife pulled out her phone and showed me a picture. A wide plastic bowl, clearly well used, sitting on their kitchen floor. I asked when they had last replaced it. She said they had owned it since they got the dog. 4 years, same bowl. We switched the bowl, added a cleaning protocol, and within 6 weeks the ear infections had not come back and the skin irritation had cleared almost completely. The bowl had been the problem the entire time, and nobody had thought to ask about it. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Nick Lane, your neighborhood veterinarian, and welcome back to the channel. Your dog's water bowl is something you look at every single day and almost certainly never think twice about. And I completely understand that because for most of human history nobody thought twice about it either. But what we now know about bacterial biofilm, plastic degradation, and how bowl shape affects certain breeds, specifically, has genuinely changed what I recommend to dog owners in my clinic. Today, I am going to walk you through exactly what is building up in your dog's water bowl right now, the specific bowl materials that are making the problem worse, why certain breeds are at dramatically higher risk, the 60-second daily habit that eliminates most of this entirely, and what to actually replace your bowl with if you decide to make a switch. Grab a notebook because some of what I am about to show you cannot be unseen in the best possible way. Let's start with the thing nobody warns you about when you buy a water bowl, bacterial biofilm. If you have ever run your finger along the inside of your dog's water bowl and felt a faint slippery or slimy coating on the surface, that is biofilm. It is a structured community of bacteria that adheres to surfaces, produces a protective matrix around itself, and becomes increasingly resistant to simple rinsing the longer it is allowed to develop. It is the same family of biological process that produces dental plaque on teeth. And just like dental plaque, it does not come off with water alone. You have to physically scrub it. Most dog owners refill the bowl daily, sometimes twice daily, without ever scrubbing, which means the biofilm layer is building continuously day after day, week after week, and your dog is drinking from it with every single meal. Now here is where the bowl material becomes critically important, because not all surfaces are equal when it comes to biofilm. Plastic bowls are the worst offenders by a significant margin, and for two separate reasons. First, plastic scratches. Every time your dog eats or drinks from a plastic bowl, microscopic scratches accumulate on the surface, and those scratches become the perfect environment for bacteria to colonize and hide from cleaning. Second, older plastic bowls, especially those exposed to repeated dishwasher cycles or sunlight, begin to degrade and leach chemicals into the water. Bisphenol A, commonly known as BPA, is the most well-known of these, though many bowls marketed as BPA-free still contain alternative plasticizers, whose long-term safety profiles are less thoroughly studied. A bowl your dog has been drinking from for 2, 3, or 4 years is not the same material it was when you bought it. The surface has changed, the integrity has changed, and what is going into your dog's water has changed along with it. Ceramic bowls are better than plastic, but carry their own specific risk that most people do not know about. Cheap or improperly fired ceramic can have small surface cracks in the glaze that are invisible to the naked eye, but perfectly sized for bacteria to colonize. They are also breakable, and a chipped ceramic bowl should be retired immediately because the exposed unglazed material underneath is even more porous than the cracked glaze above it. If you are using ceramic, it needs to be food grade, properly fired, and inspected regularly for chips and cracks. Stainless steel is what I recommend to almost every dog owner I speak with, for one straightforward reason. It is non-porous. Bacteria cannot penetrate the surface, biofilm has nothing to grip onto between cleanings, and it does not degrade over time the way plastic does. It goes in the dishwasher without issue, it does not scratch easily, and a quality stainless steel bowl will outlast multiple plastic or ceramic replacements. The one caveat is that cheap stainless steel can still rust at the seams or base, particularly on bowls with a rubber bottom ring that traps moisture underneath. So inspect yours periodically and replace if you see any rust forming. Now I want to talk about bowl shape, because this is the one that specifically affects certain breeds in a way that has nothing to do with bacteria at all. Floppy-eared breeds, Cocker Spaniels, Basset Hounds, Golden Retrievers, Labradors, and similar dogs are anatomically prone to ear infections to begin with, and a bowl that is too wide and too shallow allows their ears to fall into the water every single time they drink. The ears get wet, they stay moist in the skin folds, and that trapped moisture becomes a breeding ground for the exact yeast and bacterial infections that keep sending these dogs back to the vet. A simple switch to a narrow, deeper bowl, sometimes marketed specifically as a spaniel bowl, eliminates this mechanism entirely. It sounds almost too simple to be the answer, but I have seen it resolve recurring ear infections in floppy-eared dogs multiple times in my career, exactly as it did with the golden retriever I told you about at the beginning of this video. Here's the home check I want you doing today, not next week, today. First, run your finger slowly around the inside of your dog's water bowl right now. If you feel any slipperiness or slight coating on the surface, that is biofilm, and your bowl needs an immediate scrub with dish soap and a dedicated brush, not a sponge you use for your own dishes because cross-contamination is real. Second, look at the material. If it is plastic and your dog has been using it for more than a year, or if you can see visible scratches on the interior surface, that bowl should be replaced. If it is ceramic, check carefully for any chips or cracks in the glaze. If it is stainless steel, check the seams and the base for any rust. Third, if you have a floppy-eared breed, check whether your dog's ears actually touch the water when they drink. Watch them drink right now if you can. If the ears are going in, the bowl is too wide and you need a narrower one. And fourth, check your cleaning schedule honestly. The bowl should be washed with soap and a scrub brush every single day, the same way you would wash a glass you drink from yourself. If the honest answer is that it gets rinsed occasionally and washed when you remember, that is the habit to change. Let me give you the 60-second protocol I tell every dog owner in my clinic. Every evening when you feed your dog dinner, empty the water bowl completely, wash it with dish soap and a scrub brush for 30 seconds, rinse it thoroughly, and refill it with fresh water. That is the entire protocol. 30 seconds of actual scrubbing once a day eliminates the biofilm problem almost completely, regardless of what material your bowl is made from, though the material still matters for the chemical, leaching, and ear infection issues I mentioned. Once a week, put it through the dishwasher if it is dishwasher safe, which stainless steel always is, for a deeper thermal clean. That is genuinely all it takes. I want to be clear about something before we finish. If your dog is currently healthy, has no recurring ear infections, no skin irritation around the muzzle, no digestive issues, and you have been doing none of this, please do not panic. Many dogs drink from imperfect bowls their entire lives without developing significant problems. The immune system is resilient, and dogs encounter bacteria constantly through their environment. What I am giving you today is not a reason to feel guilty about the past. It is a simple, inexpensive upgrade that reduces a genuine and largely avoidable risk going forward. The owners I think about most are the ones dealing with recurring problems that have not responded to treatment, because in those cases something environmental is almost always contributing, and the water bowl is one of the first things I now check. Let's bring this together. Plastic bowls accumulate scratches, harbor biofilm, and can leach chemicals over time. Replace them with stainless steel. Ceramic bowls are acceptable if they are chip-free and food-grade. Inspect them regularly. Stainless steel is the gold standard, non-porous, dishwasher-safe, and durable. For floppy-eared breeds, switch to a narrow, deeper bowl to keep ears out of the water. Scrub with soap and a dedicated brush every single day, not just rinse. And if your dog has been dealing with recurring ear infections, skin irritation around the face, or low-grade digestive issues that keep coming back without a clear cause, the bowl is the first thing I would have you change before anything else. One final thing, the location of the bowl matters too. Bowls placed in direct sunlight or near a heat source warm up significantly throughout the day, which accelerates bacterial growth considerably. Keep the bowl in a cool, shaded spot, and if you live somewhere with a hot climate, consider refreshing the water midday rather than once daily. If this video made you look at your dog's water bowl differently, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this kind of practical health information reach more dog owners before the problem starts rather than after. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss the next deep dive into your dog's health. And leave me a comment right now telling me what kind of bowl you are currently using and how long you have had it, because I want to know, and I guarantee other owners in this community want to know. They are not alone. I read every single comment and I love hearing from this community. Give your dog a fresh bowl of water and a gentle scratch behind the ears for Dr. Nick tonight. Stay safe. Always trust your instincts.